Hey friends, it's Lo, aka LotheDon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I have previously done tarot videos and I will continue doing those at some point. I still do them if you want a book, but that's a different story. We're here to talk about human design. So I am a 6-2 projector. I am attempting to start a new experiment. And first and foremost, I want to talk about how I got here and why I want to try a projector experiment of like applying human design to my life. If you know, you know, we can, as projectors, we can experience burnout. And, oh, I just want a disclaimer. My animals are here. So you hear any, whatever going on in the back, let's just ignore that. Didn't mean to rhyme, but what's up? Anyways. Okay. So yes, we can experience burnout. And I got here because I have already kind of mastered tarot. As a projector, we're meant to master things, master systems. Here we are again. But yes, so as projectors, we're meant to master systems. It usually takes like 7-ish years or so. I've been reading tarot for like 7 or 8. I feel very comfortable with that. So that I would consider a system that I have mastered. In terms of human design, I got here because of burnout, and I was feeling where I was at previously. I was feeling very bitter. I was feeling very unseen. And our not self themes as a projector is bitterness. You know what I'm saying? And I was very much living in that. Not necessarily like in a perpetual state of it, but at least every day at this job that I was at, I was feeling like used, abused. What do I get from this? You know what I'm saying? You're getting a lot from me in terms of insight and me making this situation better for you and the work environment better and management styles and things like that. But I was not getting paid enough. I was not getting seen. I was not getting anything that I should have been. So yes, burnout kind of got me here. And I ultimately quit. I literally left. I moved out of my sibling's house because I was living with my sister at the time. Moved out, got this apartment up here, and got a new job like an hour away. That's Mika, my cat. That's Milo in the back. He's a little golden doodle. But yes, anyways, so I got my little apartment. Got my apartment and my new job, and kind of just moved. Everyone kind of thought it was like a rash decision that I was making, but really for me, it was, as a projector that I am, I was feeling a lot of burnout for a long time. And it actually turned into, as I started learning human design, I was like, okay, actually you did what you were supposed to, because I also have emotional authority. And so I was kind of meant to actually wait it out. Like if I would have quit when I first felt the day that I wanted to quit, I probably wouldn't have been prepared or like had made the right decision in like moving here and having a place, being able to be stable in a certain sense, and you know, things like that. So that's different. Different video for a different day, of why I quit that job and what that was like, the burnout, what that looked like. But yeah, so that kind of got me here. I had also kind of gone through a breakup. I'd also kind of gone through a breakup, and it's interesting because after that breakup, you know, I've always experienced after breakups feeling better, like getting prettier, feeling happier, getting skinnier, getting more money.
Money, my clothes better, my shoes better. I work harder.
You know, you get it. And I think as a projector, y'all might feel that as well, because you might have rushed into relationships or rushed into decisions about things like maybe the right person, but moving in together too soon or things like that. And that's what happened with me. And I realized that, and it was very interesting because after this breakup, I started sleeping alone. You know, I started being able to like really harness my own energy at night instead of it being seeping into another person. Like if we were cuddling, or, you know, even just, I could have slept 12 hours a day, you know, a night and not been rested. But now I can manage on like 5 or 6 because I'm sleeping alone. I can like, I don't know, it's interesting. Like I'm able to balance my energy in a different way. So that kind of led me to human design more, because I had seen things, you know, from people like on Twitter or X or whatever, things like that, saying that human design like recommends you sleep alone, especially as a projector. I was like, okay, that checks out. So kind of led me here as well. And also I have a lot of generators, mani-gens in my life, and so they do inspire me, they do give me a lot of energy, but sometimes I feel like I've had a hard time establishing my own path from others as a projector, because I do also, it's like they say symbiotic, but I am spread thin because I have a lot of them, both of them in my life. So this experiment for me, moving away from like family and friends and like having to kind of start alone is interesting, and I feel like this clean slate is going to be a cool way for me to experiment with human design for real for the first time. So if you're here, I'm happy. If you know anything, please follow along and teach me. Oh, this is my body chart, by the way. This is my body chart, by the way. She's a cutie or whatever. So let's talk about what I'm gonna be adjusting and seeing I guess in an experiment, what do you call them? Your variables? My variables, so to speak. So first, we have strategy. So obviously projector, waiting for the invitation. If you're a projector here, you know that it's very hard for us to do that, okay? We see things that we can improve. We see things that we want to improve, people we want to help, things we have knowledge on, and we just want to like help the collective or people in general. That's literally our purpose. And it's to like advise, but a lot of times it can come off as like very yikes, like just a really almost like invasive, because we have a very, very direct energy, like very intense energy, and so if it's unsolicited, people are not coming to us, we're not getting the invitation, and specifically the right invitation. Often that can lead to the wrong things, lead to people feeling like we think we know it all, lead to people literally feeling violated by us, like just a lot of people feeling judged by us, a lot of different things, and not getting the right actual perception of who we are as people, because genuinely we just want to help and make things better. So adjusting that for myself, I have kind of realized an example of how I have kind of done this in my life, and I was like, as I started leaning in a little bit to human design, I was like, okay, this makes sense, is with tarot. So like I said, I feel like I've mastered that. I've been doing it for 7-8 years now. In terms of that, in my earlier years, if I had like friends or family that would have previously shown interest in it, but were going through something, maybe I would have been like, oh, let me do a reading, and that was not the right thing to have done in those moments a lot of the time. Whereas now I'll wait for them, or I have even like had like a space in a shop before where I was in an actual shop and I could just set up and people would come to me that specifically wanted the readings, and that was very successful as well, and I was very happy doing that. Sometimes, I mean, the money was like I couldn't survive off of it, of course, but definitely check them out. I'm gonna link them a little right here too. Love them. It's in downtown Fort Smith. They're really great. Like I said, I don't live there anymore. It didn't sustain me, but very great place to do it. But that's kind of like an example of how I kind of changed that a little bit, tweaked that part of my life, and I was like, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe we do need to wait for the invitation in all aspects. So, or certain aspects, I guess, so to speak. So gonna be adjusting that first variable. Second variable would be my authority. So my authority is emotional authority. I kind of talked about this in terms of leaving that previous job. That was something that I definitely needed to do. It maybe just had to be right timing, right? So I think that that's something I really need to practice, and I have not done well with in the past. Maybe in that specific instance I did well, but something I can definitely improve upon is like making sure that I'm kind of waiting to ride the wave out of like my first initial emotional response before making any initial movements, because if you know, as an emotional response person, we can do or say something, or maybe even like commit to like going out or like hanging out with people and doing certain things, and then the time comes and we're like, why the did I do that? You know what I'm saying? Or we regret things. So definitely something I'm going to be adjusting and seeing how that affects my like long-term commitments and blessings, so to speak. So very cool there. Third variable or thing I'm going to be adjusting is my digestion. So I'm direct digestion, meaning I digest best in the daylight. It's interesting because I kind of started adjusting this a little bit and then I got sick, and so I stopped that experiment. But I'm happy that I'm gonna have to kind of double back and do it again so we can actually see how it affects me, like through the experiment, like on camera, because I've been out of it for a few days again now. But basically with direct digestion, I do well. I do well when I'm eating in direct daylight, basically. So I need to have my biggest, heaviest meals from basically like sun up to sundown. I can't, after sundown, it needs to be like nuts, fruits, things that are like helping with or assisting in aiding in digestion rather than heavy stuff. Because then it's actually funny, if I eat heavy things, I wake up starving. I don't know what that does. I don't know. There's some things I want to learn, and I'll be talking about that shortly. But I don't know. It's interesting because I'm like, wow, if I don't, when I was experimenting with it, if I was like eating my heaviest meals during the day and then maybe have like some like nuts or like pistachios or things like later in the night, and then I woke up feeling fine. Like I could eat my breakfast, go throughout my day without feeling like ravaging, like hungry or like full in the morning or like heavy. It was just like weird, interesting. So I'm ready to see how that will affect me, because I just don't like that icky feeling you get in your stomach, and I feel like that a lot of the time. So adjusting that. Fourth thing is my environment. So fun fact, I'm a kitchen wet environment. I did want to actually be filming in my kitchen or maybe my bathroom, specifically wet environment. But first video, we'll see. Kind of like digestion, also kind of how we digest the universe as well. I did want to be filming during the day, so maybe you guys could digest me better, because that's what my digestion is. But again, first video, things don't work out. That's okay. Part of the experiment, we'll see how that goes as we like let it play out. But I got her new cat tree she's playing with. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, those are the 4 things I'm gonna be working with or like trying to adjust and see how they affect my life first. So strategy, waiting for the invitation, my authority, I'm emotional authority, my digestion, which is direct digestion, and my environment, which is kitchen/wet environments. And then some things I want to learn and /master, or try to, maybe if you guys are into human design as well, or maybe a projector as well, and have, oh God, just going crazy, have started to teach yourself or educate yourself, or have different resources that you can help me educate myself as well. Would love that. But I would love if you have any knowledge upon these to help interact with me, because I feel like interaction is also going to help me commit to this. And I don't know how long the experiment will be. I'm assuming like I'm gonna try to do like 52 week, so like maybe once a week update. But yeah, so if you know anything about channels, please update me. I don't know, like I said, body chart again right there, but I don't know what the channels necessarily mean. I haven't looked a little bit into it, but I want to know how to learn more. Okay, 2, cognition. I would love to learn about my cognition. My motivation, I know I'm guilt motivation, and I know that that's kind of like, if I don't do it, who will? But I want to know how to like feel better about that, because that's a lot. It's very heavy. Guilt motivation is real. Oof. If you have it, let's chat. And also my perspective, I would love to know what that is. I do also have a, what's it called? Your definition. I have a single definition. So I would love to know what that means as well, in terms of my flow of energy. But yeah, to recap, outro, miss my Milo. To recap, I got here because of burnout. I'm a 6'2" projector. I feel as though a lot of like my initial burnout was from feeling bitterness, not feeling successful, not feeling like I was paid enough, wasting a lot of my energy that I don't necessarily even have as a projector. We're just projecting it literally. Sorry if that bugs you guys, but she's literally a kid, and so I'm like, she's just running around, about to go lay down. She's probably tired. But yeah, so like I said, I got here because of a lot of burnout and feeling like unseen, things like that. I kind of needed to manage a lot of the relationships in my life, and also realized kind of like after a breakup, like I was sleeping alone, kind of slightly started following some things, and I was like, oh, this is actually great. Human design might be on to something. And so here we are. Plans for my next video are just really to keep you up to date. I have been sick, but I am getting back to work this week. So hopefully I'll be able to really apply some of these things, see how it affects my business, see how it affects just my friendships, my relationships, everything like that, and really just keep you guys along for the ride. Like I said, if you have any human design knowledge, or you are also a projector, 6'2", or any other type, or you have a similar strategy, or excuse me, authority, or digestion, or anything like that, please just give me any of your like comments or things like that, things that maybe ideas that I can incorporate into my experiment, and maybe even like, I don't know, videos you guys want to see. So yeah, thanks so much for being here. Shout out to you for being patient if you made it through this with my cat going crazy in the back and my dog down here. I love you. I guess I should have said this probably at the beginning, but you know, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I do still have the tarot video, so I'll make sure that that's pinned up here. So if you guys are interested in that, they're kind of older, but I'll get back into doing those soon. And since this is my first video, obviously those will probably be linked to some older ones, but as we update. But yeah, follow along in my, you know, I guess I kind of want to say really just like starting to develop my divine design. That's what I have decided as a projector. So developing my design, my divine design specifically, because it is a divine guideline, if that makes sense. God, I'm rhyming and stuff. But yeah, so if you're here, hang out with me a little bit, drop me some knowledge if you got it, and I will see you next time. Thanks.